just feel terrible, man. I feel like such a normie. I used non-copyright chill music. Chill. I never thought that adjective would ever be cataloged into my musical like tastes. But I've run out of non-copyright music to do. Like non-copyright rock is just kind of weird. Non-copyright reggae, I've already done that. Like what is there left to do? Just confusing, man. Like there's not a lot left. I feel bad. There's like this deep sickness. Folk tunes? Are there non-copyright folk tunes? Yeah, so but that's the thing, Lightwaves. I'm really hesitant with classical music because I've had classical music that said it was non-copyright, but it wasn't because the so-and-so composer or whatever. It's a gamble. It's like sticking your hand to a shark tank. You might come back and, you know, you don't have a hand. It gets really annoying after the first time. You know, run out of hands. So yeah, good to see everybody. Exclamation mark coaching, gonna be giving some more details with all that stuff. I'll answer any questions you guys have, but if you guys are just like, what is going on? Like, what is the big deal? I will give occasional TLDRs, but I don't want to like consistently repeat myself over and over again because I just honestly hate talking. So, exclamation mark coaching, the announcement sections in the Discord will give you most of the download. I'm going to try and be streaming more often like I've been doing, but I basically I'm pursuing like some coaching venture long-term, like some sports stuff that I'm looking into. But that's going to be a long ways off right now. Not long ways off. Don't talk about polka, Savvy Drone. I will break you. Okay? So it was either like I don't stream and I pick up another job, or I try and keep streaming and I make it like actual something I can bring in, right? So that I wanted to do that because I like streaming. I like spending time with you guys. But it has to be more motivated. But the good news is it's not just more expensive. There's more things that we added to it. Like we did a lot of brainstorming. Like big shout out to my mods. Those guys are crazy. They did so much work for me. I really appreciate it. But yeah, Lightwaves, poggers have been subbed to you for longer than you've been an adult. Okay. You've never been an adult, which means that you've never been subbed to me, which means I'm out about 34 months of subscriber benefits. So if you're now an adult, where have you been? Like, where's my cash? You've got backlog, kiddo. Okay? Neo, 33 months of rage. Show Mari and Torb Hammer, please. Actually, I haven't used my Torb Hammer in a while. Maybe I'll actually bring out the Torb Hammer a little bit today. You guys gotta remind me, it's not super convenient to use all the time. I like smashing it with my hand, you know? Smashing with your hand is a lot more convenient. It provides like, you know, bone spurs and there's the risk of internal injury, but it's worth it. Amari! I think she's eating. Remind me in a little bit, Neo. Non-copyright electro swing. That's not a bad idea. Dude, this electro swing song, I can't play it, called Beatophone. I love that song so much. I was just listening to the 1812 Overture today. Hello, Your Honor. Good to see you. I hope you're having a great day. As soon as your hair didn't have a bicycles montage. Thank you, Tesla. Amari, come here. Come here. She's here, Neo. She's finished eating. Ladies and gentlemen, my cat. Hi. Coincidentally, Garfield's here. There she is. No, I've had this cat for forever. She's not chunky, actually. She's pretty skinny. She's super long-haired. She's super fluffy. She's had this cat for forever. She's such a good girl. She has a lot of personality. She's really fun. She doesn't look like it, but she does a lot of fun stuff. We chase each other around the house. Bring out Walter. Why do you guys call it Walter? It's so weird that you call it Walter. It doesn't make any sense. Hey Sam, there's a website for non-copyright music for Twitch. Okay, maybe I'll check that out then. Okay, let's so again, exclamation mark coaching. Actually, as I say, Mari's pretty amazing. She just sprinted upstairs for no apparent reason. I'm gonna be eating some greens, and we're gonna get some coaching done. A reminder that if you submitted a VOD back when things were sub VODs, I'm still coaching you, so I'm still catching up on sub VODs. So, you know, I'm not that kind of guy. YouTube has a page with approved open use music. So you're giving me all these answers, but you see, here's the thing. I don't care. I don't want solutions. I just want to be able to whine. I'm not sure how you guys haven't figured that one out yet. Maybe you're a little dense. But yeah, that just say it once and for all. Okay? I mean, I've never given the hammer a name, so I guess Walter's as good as any. Just like the Overwatch General channel? Right, exactly. How long can I as a customer expect to wait for coaching once purchased? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how many things are going to get subbed. Like, I mean, I might get 2 VODs submitted because everyone's like, he's charging now. Skinflint, you know? So maybe you get reviewed instantly. Who knows? There's a very high chance that if it's any of my viewers, they're going to be stingy and have gross voices and be hateful people. So there's a high chance that we get no VODs submitted at all. In which case I quit streaming and run happily into the sunset. I might just do that anyway. Just run happily into the sunset regardless of the situation. Although I wouldn't recommend that. Okay, what VOD are we on here? Recently? Is recently here? Hello? Does this VOD work recently? Is recently in chat? Recently. Yeah, they removed PogChamp. Because, you know, that was... Clearly, everybody was going, oh, I don't like his political opinions. That guy said some kind of bad things. So his face is not something that I want to associate with anything at all. Even though nobody even knew who he was. That's a real poggers right there. I get tired of that stuff quickly. Nobody cares who Gootex was. The guy was probably a complete Nimrod. But his face was funny. Right, is recently here? Do you not have a VOD? Okay, that is a no. Okay. Game player Rab. Does Rab's VOD work? We will check. Chat, we're going to be doing my favorite exercise, which is let's keep plugging in these replay codes until something works. Will I only be doing VODs as a form of coaching? I've seen other coaches do live rank coaching. Yeah, I don't. No live coaching. It feels either like it's either effective, in which case it's kind of cheating, or it's ineffective, and then I'm just taking your money for no reason. And not that I have anything against that, but if I'm going to be taking your money for free and doing nothing in response, then why would I even bother time coaching you? Just send me cash, and that's good enough. I don't need to be coaching you. No, but honestly, Overwatch, just too much stuff happens for it to be coached live very well. at least very much. Like, if I were coaching you live, I would just be saying things. All right, where should you position? Where should you position? How do you use your ult this fight? I'd be asking you questions, and then I wouldn't be telling you what to do. And that kind of coaching would be like, you'd go the entire hour, and you'd be like, dude, the guy asked me literally just like 3 questions over and over again. Why am I paying him anything? I mean, I'd help you, but that's not like you wouldn't be getting any like crazy new information. Which, like, part of coaching is getting you set on the right track, which is good, but part of the coaching is also giving you a little bit of information so that you can set yourself on the right track. So it's like, it would be all of the latter without the former, or all the former without the latter. If that makes any sense. As a DC resident, I'm glad you removed your face. His face? Well, good for you. You're taking my money for no reason to play Overwatch? I don't know, man. Like, I can't be held responsible for your irresponsibility, okay? Yeah, anyway. Hey, we got an Ashe VOD. Hey, all right. No replays. That's a nice change. It's nice to not be feeling like I have to breathe fire because I have to check in, plug in VODs. Wouldn't live coaching be Spilo screaming in your ear for the... Yeah, see, I'm not even a big fan of live coaching because here's the thing. Let's be honest. I would say half of you, maybe even more, are only here because I scream at people, right? And half of you who say that, no, I'm here for the educational content, half of you say that, but you wouldn't watch me as much if I wasn't as toxic. I promise you that's the case. I promise you. Because I literally was a no-name streamer. Nobody watched me. 3 viewers, 4 viewers for like 8 months. And then I started yelling at, screaming at people and insulting people and views. So if I'm in voice with somebody and I'm calling their mother a goat, that doesn't go over really well. I prefer to be at like a safe distance where I can call them that safely, and then everybody wants to watch. Honestly, it's kind of like shooting. It's like people you're subscribing to me so I can shoot fish in a barrel, but I wouldn't dare get in the barrel with them. scares me. Okay. Thank you. I mean, I'm not like the toxicity is like, like it's if you like it or you don't. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you're too toxic. You shouldn't learn like that." I'm like, okay, like it's it's not your cup of tea. I purposely keep the toxicity within a level to where there's still always very good information and good coaching in there. But yes, it is not the absolute perfect best way to learn is for me to scream at you the entire time. Obviously. No, but that's not like, oh my gosh, there's Da Vinci out there with an amazing discovery. Who would have thought? Duh. But it's also pretty darn good. And I bet it's about as good as you're going to get in the Overwatch community. Move chat, mate. Oh, what has happened? Oh yeah, I gotta move chat. Sorry. See, every single time I get like uppity, then I just get like completely castigated in front of my friends and family. Stayed because of my hair. Sounds like my wife. Okay, so let's last little quick check on chat, and then we're gonna get actually going. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, if it BB85, okay, what is wrong with your name? Like what did you just cat walking your keyboard? Like sometimes I look at names like that's interesting or funny or clever or an interesting, like you just look like something vomited. Like you just look like somebody just like smashed their face on the keyboard and that was the result. Oh, basic. Oh, basic makes much more sense now. Okay. That's good. Does that describe your personality or what? Yeah, I was heavily influenced by sports coaching. I had very hard coaches growing up, and I loved them. although I have my own opinions on how. Yeah, never mind. I look back some days and I'm like, man, some of my coaches are idiots. But anyway, okay. Ashe, Platinum, Numbani Defense. You're playing basically weird comp. I mean, there's no. You guys aren't. I can't even describe your comp. You're playing like Brawl, Dive, Spam, like. Same thing with the enemy team. Ashe, Kree, but then Lucio, Ryan, but then Ana, Ball. So, like, we're not going to even look at compositions. You look at the composition, enemy composition, you're like, hey, that ball can kill me. Hey, there's really nothing in their team that has a lot of mobility. And, hey, I have a Mercy to help pocket me. So that's like that. There's your read in a nutshell. There's not a lot of, nothing really super complex you need to look at. What can kill you? What's relevant to you? The things that we look at with Ashe is obviously the positioning, like the positioning, like you guys hear me like smash my face into into my desk saying positioning timing. It's because that's like positioning timing and the quality of the game plan. But the game plan and rank not as important. So obviously the positioning and timing. With the positioning, we're going to be looking at how you're positioning yourself in terms of angles, how you're utilizing high ground against a composition that can't really touch you if you're playing on the high ground, and also you can like shoot over Rhine Shield and things like that. Like that's obviously really important. The angles, all that kind of stuff. And then the timing is usually going to be in relation to how you're using your dynamite. You can think of like timing is how you use your ultimates, how you use your cooldowns, and positioning is where you put yourself, okay? Like, I don't want to see you reloading at the start of a fight. I don't want to see you, not have a dynamite right as the fight starts. I don't want to see you coach gunning to reposition right before the fight starts. You want to have cooldowns available during the fight, right as the fight starts, to put out pressure at the same time as your team. If your monkey goes in, you should have dynamite available. If your Rhine has full shield, you should be in a good position to shoot as a result of this positioning. If your Samara starts to pressure and hack in the backline, you should be in a position to shoot them while she's doing that. So like that's the goal. So we're gonna try and get to that point. So like we're gonna like kind of look at that from that like that I almost said goggles from that like standpoint, and then see where like right there. You don't care if you just use dynamite because the fight's not really going to start. But that's a crazy pin from the Reinhardt. But, it's fine. I probably would not have used Bubble if I was your monkey. Okay, so you desperately need to get to high ground. So you started on low ground to get that dynamite and coach gun away from the Reinhardt. Probably would have been better here for you to coach gun up instead of away. But that's fine. It's kind of an unusual circumstance and you kind of panicked. I won't give you too much crap over that. Good that we didn't dynamite that. Don't even try. Now this is where stuff is really important, okay? I would be very cautious about peeking this. Okay? Be very cautious about peeking this, at least as aggressively as you are. Number one, you're on the low ground. Okay? Number two, your team isn't really doing anything. Now, if your Monkey or Ryan were like hard holding this corner, then obviously you'd peek this and do this at the same time. In fact, if you were on high ground, you'd peek this too because you know you'd be safe. But you're not safe right now, so you need to be very, very cautious until you're in a good location before you start peeking. So because you're not able to position yourself yet, I would not even peek here, period. I would wait for my coach gun, then peek up and look for a dynamite once they push to the choke. So you're not going to get slept there, but you're just, it's basically just a mechanical failure on the Ana. Like you would have gotten slept there and you would have been, oh, that's unlucky. But it's not because there's no team fight happening and you're not in a safe position, right? Okay, so please coach gun up. Very good. Dynamite is pretty bad. What's a problem with this dynamite, chat? Two big things wrong with this dynamite. Can you guys tell me? See you, Neo. It can just be shielded, right? So the positioning of the dynamite is poor. It's directly in front of the Rhine shield when you're about to reposition yourself to where you can land a bigger, fatter dynamite in the backline. Exactly. It's not just about who you dynamite. It's about like how many people can you dynamite? Like, I don't want to be like, well, you should never dynamite tanks or you should always dynamite backline. No, don't worry about that so much. Just dynamite as many people as you can, right? Or dynamite somebody that's in a really good position. One or the other. Get as much value out of your dynamite as possible. If this is not a good dynamite, you can just shield it. And if you do dynamite him, it'll probably just hit the Reinhardt. It's not going to hit anybody else. So it's not a great dynamite. Like, we don't have to pretend that dynamite's a really hard ability to use. It's not. It's hard to hit, but it's not hard to understand. Just dynamite as many people as you can, or dynamite somebody in a good position. That's it. It's not complicated. Okay. Now, what's also not as bad, but what's not great about this dynamite? It's not terrible, but it's not great. What's not great? If we land this dynamite, what's not great about it? Again, not bad, but not great. It's a little early, right? Your team can't really get anything out of this, right? Now, if the Ryans are swinging and you land a big dynamite, a little bit more valuable, right? So you kind of have to find a balance of I'm going to spam dynamite off of cooldown versus I'm going to use dynamites in the best opportunity. And right now, you could probably wait like literally 2 seconds and get a better dynamite because you'd be in a better position and you'd get more people. And you do it at a time where the Ryans are actually swinging on each other. So probably would have waited just a little longer. It'd be like landing a big nade here. Could your team really follow up off of it? No. And then the team's going to push immediately afterwards and you're not going to have your nade. So nitpicky, but worth noting. So your timing is a little off, and then you greeted your pick. Great. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Chat, how does he hit this shot? This is a trick question. How does he hit this shot? Honest question. How is this shot so quote-unquote easy? How is it so easy? What is really good about this shot? What is good about the entire picture? What are the 2 or 3 most important things of Overwatch? Let's just say the 2 things of Overwatch. What are they? Yeah, positioning and timing. His positioning here, high ground, angle, Ashe doesn't see him, perfect. Timing, perfect also. You looked right as the enemy team was committing, so they're not looking at you, they're looking at your tank line, and so that makes it an easy shot. Positioning was good, at least it's good now. Timing is good. His positioning is bad. I mean, yeah, his position could be better, but like positioning and timing for you were perfect. So it makes it, when you do make a mechanical play, it makes it crushing. Like right now, like look at this. You need to be killing people first off. This, but do you see what I was saying about the dynamite here? Like look at this, chat. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This kill right here. Can you imagine if he had dynamite here? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, should have, or you could have, or you. But like, this is what I'm talking about. These are the opportunities. This is like, you might lose this fight because this McCree or Ana don't die. And you look back and go, oh, that was unlucky. You know, my team just died really fast. No, if you'd had dynamite here, this McCree or Ana dies instantly. And so you get 2 kills where you would have only gotten 1. A lot of the time it's positioning and timing. You're not old enough, Major Midget. You're gonna take a shot of like what? You know, juicy juice? Do you even know what that is? You get probably like Brits don't even know what juicy juice is because the sugar content's not high enough. Like right now, you're gonna get the kill. You should have gotten the kill, but like not before your Ana's already dead. Not before that Ana had an opportunity to, you know, nade herself or, you know, lay in another couple of shots in her Rhine or like multiple. You just let her live longer than she should have. How'd you know I was British? Love that meme so much. Yeah, good positioning. Timing of your dynamite was not great, but, you know, it was good enough to where you did end up winning this fight. Oh, bless me. But you kind of see, chat, how, like, he just kind of did a lot that fight just accidentally by being at the right place at the right time. You know that's a phrase, like, being at the right place at the right time, or at the wrong place at the wrong time, you know? It's the Overwatch solution. Be at the right place at the right time and good things happen. You don't even have to hit your shots or know how to use your cooldowns. You just use them generally in the enemy's direction. Yeah, shoot ball. Shoot ball. You do a lot of damage to ball, especially when you're damage boosted like that. Okay. Now, again, can we look at, like, when you're timing this? Look at what they're doing. They are walking in. They're walking in. They are now, not only are you in a good position, not only are they looking at your team, but the other good thing about your timing is that they're rotating. So they're rotating from here to here, which means they're out in the open. Like, if you hit them here, they can hide. If you could hit them here, they can't exactly hide, but they can there's more places to hide before they get the point. That is, there's more corners and stuff. But here, this, like, where are they gonna go? Right? Rotations are brutal, man. And you don't even need to get a kill there. They just freeze. They freeze, and your Winston just cleaves 6. Okay, let's go land that dynamite. You can check dynamite, like your Rhine's going in. This is a big dynamite. Big dynamite. Unfortunate. Oh, too far. Too far! I don't know why you scoped here. I don't know if you thought the Widow was dead or what, but she was clearly not dead. You just completely forgot the Widow. That sucks. Add channel point over where Spilo does British accent for a minute. Okay. I don't even know if I can do one anymore. I used to be able to do one years ago. Console? I don't think so. Drinking at 14? Yeah. Yeah. Probably pretty normal in NA too, but people just don't talk about it. Or it's not supposed to happen. Okay, good enough. Don't rain on my parade. You've done nothing spectacular this VOD. Yeah. See, this is so chat. Why do we not take the Widow duel here? Even though we have damage boost, why do we not take the Widow duel? Don't rain on my parade. What's the concept? What's the concept? What's the concept? No shield. Right, this Widow has more health as we're playing with her team. You are not playing with your team. So your timing is off. Wait for them to do stuff so your tanks can smash into each other's faces, then take the Widow duel with damage boost. Exactly, you're the only person to look at. There's no distraction, there's no pressure, there's no focus, there's no resources, nothing. Ah! Physical agony. It's just really quiet. Is it just really quiet for me? Or is it? It's really cool. It's gotta be really quiet. By the way, can you guys tell me which of your teammates is throwing? Last time I'm gonna hammer on this. I'm gonna keep hammering on this concept. I lied. But the last time in this particular instance, which of your teammates is throwing right now? Which one? You guys tell me? Like this gives me like serious stomach pain. I hate this crap. I hate when people do this. Yes, Winston. Why is he bubbling? Can his Ana help him? No. Can his Rhine help him? No, he can't go in there. Look, he's standing there. He's holding the corner. Can his Ashe or Mercy help him? No. Can his Genji, is that a Sombra? Can his Genji get a hack from, or Sombra get a hack from there? No. I hate when Winstons do this. They stuff choke, blow bubble, then jump away and the enemy team comes out. This happens at the pro level. Monkeys do this. It makes me want to man. Don't do this. Let them out. Play this corner with your Rhine and let them come out, then push into them. Now that your Ashe Mercy have like an angle. You're just wasting bubble and taking damage for no reason. Like, honestly, even your Ryan really should not be playing there. Your Ryan should be letting them out because you can't shoot them inside. You, like, yeah. So many people don't even think about this stuff, man. Like, seriously, guys, if you're a tank player, look at your team, and vice versa. If you're not a tank player, look at where your tanks are playing and play around them. Please. Like, right now, there's no real way for House to be able to contribute in here. Like, there's nowhere where he can position. Maybe here, but even then, it's going to be basically next to nothing. So I'm not worried about House. But maybe, like, let's say House wanted to play, like, way back, like, over here, but his tanks are, like, holding up here. If they're holding up there, then you better play up here. Pay attention to what's going on around you guys. Please, please. Why bubble if they have Ryan Shield? You know, there you go. Dynamite, dynamite, dynamite. La la la. Your tanks are just dead. Like, I don't even know. Like, what's going on? Like, you just froze up. You froze up. You froze up. Don't be afraid here, by the way. If you're if you're like, okay, right here. If this Ryan is smart, he doesn't drop. He stands right here. He's going to shield his McCree, and then you're going to die, or you're going to drop. So you're going to have to drop here. This Ryan feeds, and you maybe could have stayed if you'd hit your shots, but you're probably going to have to drop here. That's okay. You drop, you play back behind the corner, you shoot on point, or you shoot from low ground onto high ground. Then if they drop, then you go back to high ground, and you're safe again. So you kind of panic here. If there's like a 3v1 on high ground here, it's okay to drop. It's fine. Not a big deal. So yeah. Just a good general rule. Ah! Wait, what happened? Oh, my finger rested on the keyboard. What happened? Okay, look for a Bob here. What is this ball doing, man? Alright, go ball. Go Bob. Go Bob. You're so slow. Like, he's gone. Like right here, you need to look at this and go, this ball has no HP. He's used his adaptive shields. He desperately needs to get healing or he's going to die. You no longer have to be scared of him anymore. Keep going. Go chase him. Not to necessarily kill him, but like use this angle. Because I can tell what you're trying to do here is it feels like you're trying to go for an angle to Bob on point. But then you see ball and you're like, oh, I can't go in this angle to like kill the ball because he'll kill me if I go in the angle. But he can't. Like, he's too low. Like, I don't know what you're doing. What are you waiting for? Go, please. You're going back main, and now stuff's happening. And honestly, you probably have to Bob this. You shouldn't have to Bob this. I mean, after EMP and Nano, you probably shouldn't have needed more, but you just kind of sat around and sat in your hands. It's also pretty bad, honestly, that now that I think about it. Like, like right here, you needed to get Mercy pocket. You should not lose high ground here. Because like once the Widow gets high ground, and you're just like, what are you going to do? Like, you can't take it back away. So I don't know where your Mercy was. But you should have been like, yo, peek. You should have peeked your Mercy here. Yeah, you should have definitely peeked your Mercy there. I think you tried to there, but she clearly wasn't with you. And then you don't quite get the boop off, and then now you're screwed. Because you can't go back to high ground. Now the Widow has high ground, and you should just die here. So actually, yes, that's a good point. Needed to get your Mercy to help you in high ground. I almost missed that. See, even the most brilliant person in the world can make a mistake every now and then. Like once a day. Once every couple days. Oh, it's 4K. All right. You guys can't see it, but it's 4K. Okay. Wait, also, let me check this dynamite here. Oh, you dynamite before you Bob. You blithering idiot. The review is writing itself. The review is writing itself. I couldn't possibly have hoped for an even easier review. Okay. Why would you dynamite before you Bob? Bob, then dynamite when they're all up in the air and scattered, and then you get a kill. And not only that, but the Bob allows you to actually look for a good dynamite. Because the thing is here is you're like, I'm scared to peek. I don't want to, okay. Okay. Here. What are you dynamiting here? Do you have any idea what you're dynamiting here? Do you even know if anybody's there anymore? No, you don't. I don't. Nobody knows. Okay? Okay, look. I don't care if it's 4K or not. All right, nerd. Nobody asked. Know your place. Just say, yes, sir. Here's my wallet, and then go away. Okay? But if you bob this, then you can just sit and take your sweet time dynamiting everybody because everybody's looking at Bob. They're not looking at you. And you can combo those abilities. Remember the timing here. The timing. So your timing is off. Yeah, it's good. But where's your wallet? I swear that you guys are like, you miss the most important step. Somehow. You know? I get yes, sir, but not a single lick of cash. Why are you still here? I don't really know where else you'd be. Okay, actually, that's not fair. I do know where else you'd be. The Widow is dead. Go high ground. Jump up. Jump. I get not wanting to just coach gun up to, like, here into a Widowmaker. Like, you need to get an angle. You need to get off the main. But you need to find an angle that's a little bit safer. But Widow's dead, so it doesn't matter. Why are you subscribing to me? That's like saying, oh, I've got a 3-course meal for you. Salt, pepper, and parsley. Okay, I mean, I guess. Thank you, I guess. Like, congratulations, you gave the minimum effort. Okay. Okay, so Widow's back. So, like, this is okay. So, chat. Where should he be right now, and why? Where should he be right now, and why? Can you guys tell me that question? Because I literally just said you have to be careful. What? Where? Where, though? Where? Because we just said Widow's around. Widow. So you can't just indiscriminately go high ground, right? Because you're going to get your head blown off. Yeah, the walls are out. Yeah. I think right now isn't awful. I do think you could go to the high ground directly above you because you'll hear the Widow if she grapples up to this window up here. And it's very unlikely that the Widow grapples all the way over here, and if she does, she can see you here anyway. So I think King Kong Daddy, thank you for the follow. Like, without context, having a King Kong Daddy follow me would make me extremely uncomfortable. I think your position here isn't awful. You have a little bit of an angle, but probably could be right above yourself. Probably. And just listen for grapple, basically, so that, like, you know, you don't get grappled on. Because, like, she can go more aggressive. The man types in all caps. Not only is he King Kong Daddy, but he types in coaching. Okay, to be fair, my title's in coach and caps. Never mind. Maybe I'm the real King Kong Daddy. Okay. Please get off the low ground. So there's the Widow grapple. She just went above you, I'm pretty sure. Probably would get off the floor. Definitely would get off the floor. This is not good. See, this is why, like, this is why this position wasn't great. It's because this transition is so awkward. Like, now they've pushed the corner. What are you supposed to do here? Like, where do you go? You can't go up now because it's too late. Like, you should just die. Your Mercy should die. You don't. I don't know how this didn't happen. Somehow you don't die. Oh, sweet Teresa. Oh, wait. What's good though? I don't know. Your name isn't, that's for sure. Yeah. That's the one that's a little bit of a tough one. You guys, you got caught in an awkward spot. You could have been in a better position for sure, but like that's also where, like, I wonder if you could have gotten away with like. But yeah, so you needed to recognize that, like, hey, my team is backing off, so I need to, like, you either just need to, like, hard commit on the flank and, like, just stay there and, like, back off and make them, like, come chase you, or you need to rotate faster, one or the other. What do you mean toxic? You guys say the stuff is toxic. You guys just say toxic, like, for no, like, is everything toxic? You're a disappointment. You're bad. You shouldn't be here. You should be trying to do something with your life. That's not toxic. That's just stating facts. Nice shot. Good coach gun. Nice dynamite. But see, like, okay, here's the thing. The dynamite doesn't really land on what you want to, but I'll give it a pass because, again, you're actually using it when stuff's happening. Like, you're not just throwing dynamites around. The dynamite's actually going to contribute to something. It's going to tickle the Reinhardt a little bit, all right? It's not going to do a whole lot. It might do, like, 60 damage, but it's something. It's something. Posture check. Okay. Wow. Thanks, Mom. Keep shooting. Okay, keep shooting, keep walking forward, and keep shooting. Again, dynamite. Winston's there. Stuff is happening. Winston probably overextended. Your Sigma says it. Don't rain on my parade. Up! Up! Yep! Oh. Oh no. Okay. And you bop. That's not gonna be good. A little unfortunate. You got caught greeting and your Sigma dies during grav. You dynamite, reload, then bob. The bob is probably not gonna get anything done. You're gonna get res, but it's not gonna matter. I'll call that one slightly unlucky. You need to desperately get out. You need to get out. Run, run, run. Thank you. You did get a kill in the Rhine though somehow. Euro, thanks for the fall. Why are you giving me 2 bits? I'm not getting DMCA, dude. Like if anything, I'm gonna DMCA them because I did the song better than they did. Okay. All right. This is good. This is succulent juice right here. You have a good angle. Stuff's happening. You're missing your shots. It's just, it could not be better. And you hit the dynamite. Great. Hero check? Like, why? I'm not going to even look at the thing. I'm just going to roll. Don't rain. This thing has a real problem with static. This thing stacks like crazy. Ah! Okay, I don't really like your positioning here. I would love if you abused fewer angles like this, and fewer angles like this, and more angles like this. Or somewhere in this general vicinity. Okay? So like, what if you did here, but like jumped up here a little bit, or like played here, or played a little bit further back, you know, like towards the mini, or you could even rotate to say like, hang on. Like right, see where your soldier's going, like on the opposite like flank there, like peek out that window. I don't really love this flank unless you like legit go all the way behind. But you're kind of sitting a lot on main, which doesn't really give you a good angle to do damage, and it means that you're just as vulnerable to getting flanked like this. Like you're not any safer really here because you're out in the open and you can get flanked really easily, nor are you doing more damage. So it's like, you know, it's like you know, trying to eat spinach because it's healthy, but like using rotten spinach that makes you sick. It's like you're eating rotten food that try to make you healthy, but it makes you sick. So there's no benefit of what you're doing. Might as well just eat McDonald's at that point. Don't go. I just did a hair check. Oh, that was you. That was to begin with. I misread your name. Someone find a new insult. Okay, well, let's see here. Let's dig up the old insult tracker. What one have I not used yet? Okay. Here's a good one. All right, we have to wait for it to be natural. Yeah, so you guys got to let it flow, you know. No, careful. Please just stop trying. Like, stop trying. Like, every single time you peek down a long sight line, I keep, like, waiting, like, he's damage boost, It's like your Mercy's, like, crying, weeping, I'm giving you damage boost, please accidentally do something. You have these delusions of adequacy, but it's not, it's bringing you nothing. Like, what are you doing here? Your front line, please, like, you know that your team is not playing here. You cannot overstay your welcome like this. Like, even though this is just a little bit, be careful. Like, right here, careful. Like, because the thing is like, here's the thing. Maybe you're trying to build up to a bob. Then I can understand that. But even then, you're dynamiting, yes, for a little bit of extra ult charge, yes, but do you see how much more at risk you are for that? And the thing is it's not even that great of a dynamite because you don't have dynamite for the next 12 seconds. What if the fight starts now? You've dynamited Reinhardt. Congratulations. Now you no longer have dynamite for the rest of the 12 seconds in front of you, and you're in a worse position. What, Frosted? Is high ground worth taking here? Yeah, if your team is holding close, you could flank behind. Don't say hi to me. I am well. Thank you. So like, let's see, are you gonna need dynamite? Are you gonna want dynamite at any point in time? Hey, look at that. Dynamite would be really nice to have right now because they're initiating and you're flexing. Solid. Yes, I am. Little human brick. How are you? But you don't have dynamite. Like, again, remember we have to find the balance between, you know, spamming your dynamite off of cooldown for ult charge, ow, versus versus actually using it when you're like timing it properly. You timed it poorly for extra little bit of ult charge that puts you in a bad position, and then you run away from the bad position to an even worse position because your team isn't anywhere near you. Like, I called this angle good when your team was fighting here. Your team is over here, and you're playing back here. This is just, I turn the brain off. I do not know. I don't know why I'm talking in an Eastern European accent. I don't even know what that is, an Eastern European accent. I don't know anything about accents. You're turning your brain off. Why are you going here? Look, your monkey's going. Now your monkey's out. Like, you've used, like, your team has used all their cooldowns completely out of sync. It's like you use your dynamite, then your team used all their tank cooldowns and their ultimates, but you weren't even there. Like, look at your Moira. She's all the way in to, like, help, but, and now you've left her completely by herself. So yes, your Moira is kind of a dum-dum, right? She didn't need to fade there. I don't know what she was doing. But what? She's like, oh, I guess we're fighting here. But then half of you guys are like, no, we're not. And half of you guys, yes, you are. So then the half that think we are both die. And then, you know, these guys almost die. And then this ultimate doesn't do anything. They honestly didn't even need to use beat because nobody was there to follow up. There's like this massive desync. And I get that lower ranks this happens a lot. I mean, in higher ranks this happens a lot. And pro play this happens a lot. But you can fix this by like actually either communicating with your tanks or like just using your eyes. Okay, where are my tanks set up? Where are they going to fight? Okay, I'm going to set up my angle around that. You're good? That's good. We use that in OA? What professional turn? Hey, sea midget. Get off the middle of the road. Get off the middle of the road. This is just like real life. You don't... Yes. Okay, now, I will say this. Your Moira's dead, and your soldier probably just got here. But why do I feel in my heart that this Bob is going to do work? Why do I feel it? Oh, he called it horny? Oh. Well, no wonder they did so poorly. Ah, that one hurt. That's like one of the rows that are just like, oh, that's done. Too close to home. You know, we didn't actually stink, too. Like, that's the meme. People don't even realize that we almost made playoffs. Yeah, you're in sync with your Winston timing. Like, your tanks are going in, you bob. There you go. Juicy juice. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Get off the middle of the road, please. Get off the middle of the road. Like, that's doing a lot of work. You haven't even... They've even used ultimates, and they're still losing. Like, there you go. Ha! Idiot. Yeah. For real, Frosted. For real. Okay, so TLDR. Positioning needs work. I think you know that you want to be playing angles, but a couple times you're letting your angles drop. But also, you need to pay up more attention to where your tanks are set up and kind of play around them a little bit more. Not around, like physically around, but as in, well, I mean, yeah, but angle around your tanks. Don't play on your tanks, but angle around your tanks. You're taking an angle, but the angle is not an angle because your tanks aren't even there. So it doesn't even work. And then I would really want to look at like, when you're using your dynamites. And because you're a lot of times, I see you standing in front of Rhine Shield because you're mispositioned or you're pushed up too far or too late or whatever, and you throw a dynamite at a Rhine Shield. And then you back off to a bad position or a mediocre position, and then everything goes downhill from there. Well, that's happened like what, 2 or 3 times, I think. So your dynamite timing needs to work because remember it's a 12-second cooldown. If you're not using it like between fight, like if they're coming up from spawn, use it. If they're about to fight, I would probably not use it. I would probably let them actually do something so that you can actually get an easier and bigger and more effective dynamite. Like, it's not just about ult charge there, because heck, you might even build an ult charge faster because you end up hitting more people because you're timing it better, even though you're using it, you know, waiting an extra 2 or 3 seconds. Do you think Sigma nerfs will change the meta? Yes, I do. I think the Sigma nerfs are way too much, personally, and I think it's the wrong thing. I don't really know what I would nerf. Maybe nerf the volley explosion radius. Maybe nerf the damage from 110 to 100. But the Sigma nerf seems really ill-advised. Like, they've made the hero look like, I mean, I haven't played it, so I will not speak 100%, but it looks clunky. And clunky is bad. Clunky is bad. Sigma, the thing is Sigma's not even that oppressive. He's a little overtuned, but like the reason he's played really like a lot right now is because he doesn't just get crapped on by Echo Mercy. When every other tank gets crapped on by Echo Mercy, except maybe Zarya, where you can play it on specific maps, and Zarya doesn't even do anything to Echo Mercy, he just survives. Hog, Diva, you just get pooped on. Winston gets pooped on. That's the same thing with Ball. Like, Ball is a little overtuned too, but Ball doesn't get pooped on by Echo Mercy, so Ball is played. Ryan gets pooped on, Winston gets pooped on. Heck, even Orisa gets pooped on by Echo Mercy. You hit a single right click and you have to, there's your shift, Orisa. Like, Echo Mercy is really strong right now. Like, really strong. Echo Mercy is the defining DPS. Echo Mercy and Tracer are the defining DPS. I'd say Echo Mercy over Tracer right now. So I would rather see, instead of, like, I would say Sigma probably needs a small nerf, maybe a small nerf, but they need to do something about Echo first. If you do something about Echo, you can actually play Diva. Everybody says Zen Discord, but Zen Discord's been here for forever. Like, nothing has changed with Zen Discord. So can Sigma be replaced by anything while keeping the comp intact? I mean, not really, no. You would have to play, you could play it with like a Zarya or a Hog maybe. But yeah, that's the point, is you're playing literally the meta comp, the Ball, Tracer, whatever. It's literally, hey, we're supports that don't like, we have to protect our Zen. It's literally just the Echo comp. It's just Echo comp. That's what it is. It's just the Echo comp. You play tanks that don't get crapped on by Echo, and then you play supports that benefit your Echo the most, which happens to be Zen and Mercy or Brick. That's why you don't play BAP. Like, BAP would be like, hey, you know, like, I can survive against an Echo just fine, or okay, but he doesn't help his Echo at all, so you don't play him. It's literally just Echo comp. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm not the biggest, I think Sigma is definitely overtuned, but I think that he's not nearly, like, it's the typical plat chat, oh, Sigma's so busted. No, he's really not. He's just played because you can actually play him into Echo, and you can't play Diva into Echo or Hog into Echo. You can't play Ryan, you can't play Winston. I say can't, I'm obviously being facetious, but that's the point. Okay, what's happening here? I'm not paying attention. Okay, this is a tough choke to break. You need to try and get an angle if you can, maybe like a cheeky flank, and you need to make sure that you're timing it with your team. I mean, so far I think the Blizzard nerfs have been a lot better. And I don't think nerfing Sigma is necessarily a bad thing. I just don't think how they do it is very good. Alright. Honestly, you just might as well stay here and go for a couple kills. Alright, now I would get out. Now I would actually unironically get out. You might be able to survive this if you get out. Run, run, run! Run, run, run! Run, 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 run. Okay, so you ran way too late and you still survived. You should still survive. And now your team should... Oh, bless me. You almost had it. I can't really coach that exactly. I mean, I can coach it. I can tell you, but... That's just experience. Like, once you get those 2 kills, you need to go, okay, hey, my team is going to be back really soon, so now all I have to do is survive, and we'll be able to push this advantage. Instead, you kept staying, and it's like, it's still a 4v2, man. Like, you're not going to win that. The only reason that it worked earlier is because they were sleeping on you. It's like, here's what it is, okay? You go up to a giant with all your giant buddy friends, and you kick him in the shins, right? And then he goes, roar, and he kills, like, a bunch of your friends, or knocks them down, or, that's a little morbid. But what you do is you sneak up behind him and you like steal like a couple of his weapons, so he has like no weapons left. You don't keep fighting. You run away and wait till your friends come back, and then you fight him with no weapons. Because if you keep fighting him, it's still just you versus a giant, even if he doesn't have any weapons. Like, you got an advantage there, so just survive, and you're gonna do fine. How come the variant with Kree or Ashe instead of Echo is also relatively popular? I mean, Ashe is just another strong poke DPS on an angle. Kree wasn't super. Kree is, in my opinion, the Kree comp is crap. Like, Kree comp, the only reason Kree was even used is just because, hey, we can screw their Ball Tracer. and he does okay against Echo. But like the Kree, like Ball, Sigma, Kree Tracer, Mercy against any other comp is just not gonna work. So like Kree was like so like here's what happens with metas. Like metas will develop like, hey, this comp, you know, X beats A, X beats B, and X beats C. And then people will find out that, hey, if I do X1, which is like a variation of X, I can beat X. But the thing is usually with X1 is it often loses to C and B and A because it's just a specific niche comp designed to beat the meta composition. In other words, like you guys remember how, like for example, Zen Goats was like fundamentally, well not fundamentally, but it was often harder to play into triple DPS than Moira Goats was, but Zen Goats beat Moira Goats. It was like the comp that beat Goats was Zen Goats. It was another variation of Goats, right? But if you really were playing up against like heavy spam, you would probably go like Moira Goats instead, just because, you know, Zen Goats wasn't really designed to beat normal comps. So like if you're playing Kree, you're not going to be beating normal Brawl, or even, you know, you're not going to be beating spam comps all that well at all. But it has counters against the Tracer, Echo, Kree, Ball combo. That makes sense. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't touch Echo. That seems strange. They haven't touched Echo at all, have they? I think they might have done a small adjustment. Her beam needs adjusting for sure. Probably beam or stickies would be what I would adjust. I think her mobility is probably fine. Her primary fire damage is pretty high, but I don't want to do too much too fast, you know? This is good. This would be a situation where you could also go high ground, but I think you have a good enough LOS right now for it to count. And obviously the fight's starting now, so you don't want to like be doing stuff mid-fight if you can avoid it. Nice, dynamite. Ah, that sucks. You should be able to get res though. But yeah, I mean like the thing is even if you just dynamite one person, if it's mid-fight, there's more of a chance that your team can follow up off of it and get a kill as a result. Like that's the mindset you have to be in. They reduced range of beam. Yeah. Yeah, maybe the cooldown of stickies. I don't know. Like Echo damage is insane. She's always been strong. The only reason she dropped out of the meta for a little bit is because she wasn't really strong in the meta. She was still strong. And teams were still finding ways to play her most of the time as well. Like we talked about this the other day about how like some heroes are not strong, they're just rewarded by the meta. Echo was like the opposite. Echo was always good, she just wasn't as good in the meta. Like I think Ryan is actually gonna be pretty strong once his meta comes around. Like the extra 50 HP and 5 damage per swing, 50 armor for that matter. Like that's gonna be pretty tough for, you know, Winston to be able to compete with that. I mean, depends. We'll just see. But I mean, Ryan got pretty significant buffs. Okay, they're on Creed Doom right here, so you need to be aware of Ball Doom. You need to get your angle set up. You did get a kill, which is really important. I would probably go ahead and take high ground right here. I don't like this. I would go high ground. You could very easily deny this Doom on high ground. You know, use Coach Gun. He punches after you. Just drop if you need to, or you'll get support. You should be going up here and be looking to not necessarily go inside the room, but hold here. And then if they back off, then you can push forward. If they push up, well, then you could just stay. This should drop the Rhine damage. Give him back a Shatter. Agreed. The Shatter change makes 0 sense. This is an interesting dynamite. You're going for an early dynamite, which is okay-ish, but it's on a really greedy position, and your team is not doing anything to distract them because, you know, your team is still pushing cart. So, very risky. I really want you to go high ground here, please. But the problem with the dynamite too is, again, is something going to happen now? And if so, will you wish that you had dynamite? Like right now, I want you should be here and you should be landing your dynamite. But you were not in the right position, and so you can't land the dynamite. I don't understand why you're avoiding this high ground here. Like I think you're scared of Doom, but you can very easily shoot him out a little bit. You know, get a pocket, and it's in a really safe position too. And the ironic thing is that now you are easier to kill by Doom than where you were before. Because it's so much easier for, he doesn't even have to, the only rollout that he can do from you in high ground is really like punch engages, right? Slam engages are like insanely hard and pretty bad. But now he can punch, he can flank and walk up to you, or he can slam. This is not good. Like your offensive contribution is low, your defensive contribution, like in other words, your like not defensive contribution, but your risk is higher. I don't understand why you're not going high ground here. There's literally, you don't even have to commit to this high ground. You could go to the top of the bus and have a better LOS. I have no idea what you're doing here. This seems very strange because on defense you were much better at this, and you've gotten worse. Yeah, Rabbit makes sense. Not something I'm really going to go over at this rank, but I think I'm sure it will be helpful. You're dead. Somehow you're not dead. Or I think Ryan landed the shield. You just didn't expect that they'd touch, did you? That's actually really, really unfortunate. So, fight happens at point, and you're not angled around point, and so you die. Yikes. Yeah, he's not getting much value out of coach or, you know, the ability to position himself around. I mean, this is all you can do, yeah. You got Nano out. Nice. He dynamited mines? Yeah. I mean, I feel like that, isn't that like basic? Everyone knows to do that, right? I've seen 4,500 players that don't do that. Well, he's got something going for him, I guess. Instantly, 4550 SR. Please go high ground. Like, seriously, go high ground. Make them uncomfortable to hold high ground. You might not win it by yourself. Okay, here's the thing. Let me put it this way. Let's say you were playing Ball Tracer, or you're playing into Ball Tracer, and you are just a Tracer, and your team is like running like Widow or, you know, Orisa or something. Your job is to fight for the flanks, right? To fight on the flank, right? But you run into a Ball Tracer. Do you as Tracer completely go, okay, well, I guess I can't play in the flanks anymore. I'm going to play behind my shield because I don't win the flank war? Is that what you do? No. What you do is you say, okay, I know that I'm not going to win this, but I'm still going to fight it. I'm not going to fight and die on it. I'm not going to overextend. I might not even try and kill anybody, but if I keep them busy and survive, it's a 2v1 trade that, and my team wins a 4v3, basically. Or a 5v2, 5v4, excuse me. Right? You don't just give up the flank. You just don't commit to it as hard. If you go up here and you shoot this Kree and this Doom and this Ball, and they start like hard committing on you, and you just like play it really safe and really slow, they're gonna waste so much time and get nothing done from that high ground. And if you do win it and they all drop, well then even better. But you can't just go, oh well, the Kree's on high ground, I guess I just sit on the floor now. Like that's okay. Then they're like, hey, sweet, you know, Ashe is just gonna play on the floor. Now we win. I'd probably bob this. This is one of them. Please bob. Okay. Another thing about playing on the low ground, it's not just easier for Doom, it's easier for Ball as well. That bob does not feel good. I would probably have bobbed. Where's? Oh, you did land your bob. I thought the bob was bad. Did you hit it? Oh, it hit somebody. Nice. I thought it was just gonna go into Narnia, but it did hit somebody. But yeah, I mean, you died a ball because you're on the low ground. You could have done the exact same bob with a better dynamite if you'd been on high ground, and you would have survived. Like, high ground isn't just positioning and angles, and high ground isn't just something that you do on some maps. It is something that should, like every game, you should be pushing yourself. Is where do I need to be? 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 Over and over and over and over and over again. And you're not doing it enough. You're not pushing yourself hard enough for this. I can tell because on first point and second point defense, you're like, I know how to play this point, so I'm comfortable with trying to like at least soft hold high ground. And now on attack, you're either uncomfortable or you just don't have a lot of experience playing here, and so you're not even trying. Like, it's okay to try high grounds and angles and be like, okay, that didn't work out because so-and-so. But you're not even trying. You're not even giving yourself the opportunity to learn through trial and error. Like right now, this is one of the situations where things are going to be a little tough. So I would recommend a couple things. Number one, you could go high ground, flank up on the stairs and go up high ground and peek out top here. High risk, high reward. You could go back into the mega and peek out from a longer sight line that's not right up in front of the enemy's face that has a slight angle. Low risk, low reward. You could hard flank all the way behind the enemy team and pressure them a little bit. Maybe not commit on it, coach gun out if you get pressured. High risk, high reward. But what I do not want you to do is stand directly behind your Reinhardt. I don't want this. Excuse me. Good timing of dynamite, but you're gonna get shattered because you're sitting on me. Gee. I wonder if that was avoidable. Let's see, this is the irony, chat. Again, you're playing these super conservative angles, but you're dying to them. You're dying to them. Right? Again, it's like the rotten spinach. You want to eat healthy, so you buy spinach, but it turns out rotten. So what's the point? Appleman, thanks for the follow. All the, like... So I don't even want to call it conservative position anymore. It's just lazy. It's just lazy positioning. That's what it is. It's lazy positioning. It's lazy. It's lazy. It's not conservative. Conservative would have been that like longer sight line on a slightly like tighter angle. That's a conservative angle. You didn't have an angle at all. You're sitting behind your Rhine. Thank you. I would not have gone inside the room, but that doesn't mean you can't. Like right now. Oh, you didn't even expect him to be there. Okay, you need to expect him to be there. Ball and Doom, they want to roll out on you. They want to be on flanks. But, look what's happened. Do you see what's happened? Do you see what's happening right now? Do you see what's happened and do you see what's happening? You've misplayed it and it's still working out. And now what do you think you're going to do? You better do what I think you're going to do. Go bop, 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 bop. Like, I don't even know what to say anymore. Like, at some point I'm like, oh, you're unbelievable. Well, at this point, I should expect the unbelievable. It's not even unbelievable anymore. I envy people who have never seen your gameplay before, man. Like, this is agony. I don't even want to finish the VOD. Like, that's it. Like, I think the thing is like, for you, it's going to be about putting a lot more effort in your angles, especially when you have a mercy pocket. If you run into a Doomfist, if you run into a Tracer, you're going to need help. You're going to need to play it carefully. You're going to need to play it safe. But that doesn't mean you just never, ever play an angle again. I would say that, and then the timing of your dynamites, making sure that your team is actually in a position to follow up, or that your tanks are actually doing something. Fix my drawstrings? No, I'm literally going to leave it like right here. You guys see that? Visual ASMR right here. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You see that? Screw you. Deal with it, kiddo. Okay, now it's gonna mess me up. Shoot.